You are listening to the Daily Gospel Reflections with Sister Cloth. This podcast is brought to you by the Paulines Multimedia. It is our mission to bring the Word of God to all peoples through sounds and images, voices, and music. Come and join us as we share with you a thought a day. Today's Gospel is taken from St. John's account, chapter 15, verses 1 to 8. Jesus said to his disciples, "I am the true vine, and my Father is the vine grower. He takes away every branch in me that does not bear fruit, and everyone that does, he prunes so that it bears more fruit. You are already pruned because of the word that I spoke to you. Remain in me as I remain in you. Just as a branch cannot bear fruit on its own unless it remains on the vine, so neither can you unless you remain in me. I am the vine, you are the branches. Whoever remains in me and I in him will bear much fruit, because without me you can do nothing. Anyone who does not remain in me will be thrown out like a branch and wither. People will gather them and throw them into a fire, and they will be burned. If you remain in me and my words remain in you, ask for whatever you want, and it will be done for you. By this is my Father glorified, that you bear much fruit and become my disciples." Peace and joy once again. We are all familiar with today's parable of the vine and the branches. Jesus says that He is the true vine and that the Father is the vine grower. And for the branch to bear more good fruits, the Father prunes it. We know a little of how pruning is done. The vine dresser cuts the damaged or diseased branch neatly without leaving a thick tail end because, according to one expert in pruning grapevines, that will invite bugs and diseases. Then Jesus says further that He is the vine and we are the branches, that we need to keep hanging on to Him for us to bear much fruit. That means time and again we have to be pruned. Ouch! Yes, we have to be pruned. Otherwise, we will not bear fruit and we will be cut off completely from the vine. In other words, we will be disconnected from Jesus. Again, what did He say? Whoever does not abide in me is thrown away like a branch and withers. Such branches are gathered, thrown into the fire, and burned. If you abide in me, and my words abide in you, ask for whatever you wish, and it will be done for you. Have you experienced being pruned at some point in time in the past? It may have been through a share of hard knocks, like an unexpected death of the breadwinner in the family, a stroke of bad luck as an OFW, financial problems, difficulty adjusting with coworkers, and many more ways of pruning. I'm sure that there was so much pain, distress, and discomfort, and probably you must have felt as if a huge part of you was cut down, and letting go was not that easy. But how did it affect you personally? Did you blame God? Did you feel like not wanting to call on Him again because He was not there when you needed Him most? If you were to ask me, I would say I believe that for every twist and turn, there is always a good reason for our spiritual growth. So we just need to wait on God and keep hanging on Jesus instead of turning our back on Him. Be with us again tomorrow as we share with you a thought a day. Meanwhile, you can follow us and listen to other Apple and Google podcasts on Spotify, produced by Paulines Multimedia. Have a good day.